First, the Department of Human Services Secretary was in the hot seat today as lawmakers peppered the agency with questions about a scathing audit that revealed gaps in protocols for foster care children.
This hearing comes after the death of a teenager in the state's care who was living in a hotel in Baltimore. And now policy changes are underway.
Fox 45's Mackenzie Frost joins us live from Annapolis. And Mackenzie, you were at the hearing today. The agency's answers had many questioning them, correct?
Yeah, Kai, that's right. It was nearly 3 hours long, and throughout the entire time, we heard from Secretary Raphael Lopez of DHS argue that his department was really plagued with problems before he took over. He says he inherited some of these issues, but he claims that he is moving with urgency to address them. Now, this comes as House Republicans are calling on Governor Wes Moore to fire Secretary Lopez, and after the hearing, we pressed him on the timeline of these changes.
Welcome to the Joint Audit and Evaluation Committee.
A month and a half after this scathing audit shined a spotlight on issues plaguing Maryland's Department of Human Services for years.
I think we're going to call up Secretary Lopez and allow him to introduce and bring up his team.
A legislative committee brought DHS Secretary Raphael Lopez before them to demand answers on what's changing.
You all had a blueprint for what's wrong here. That blueprint was the last audit.
The audit showed 6 repeat failure findings, including concerns surrounding placing foster care kids in hotels. Now, 16-year-old Kanaya Ward is dead.
You all knew you had problems, yet those problems continued for quite a long time. And we lost a life. And we don't even know what happened to the other kids in hotels. I'm not so sure a hotel is the thing. I think the process and the attention and the care might have been the problem there and how we address things. So I'm a little concerned. Why weren't these first on your list to address?
There's a possibility that my answer will not be satisfactory to you, sir. My heart is broken over this death. And I ask myself every single day, if we had moved differently and faster on any number of issues, would this precious life still be alive?
Throughout the 3-hour-long hearing, Secretary Lopez maintained the problems predate him, though he's committed to addressing them.
And I will hold my team accountable, not just at this table, but all 6,000 plus members of this department.
The latest directive prohibiting hotel placements for foster care children, a point of contention for some on the committee, wondering why it was issued when it was.
Why did it take till October 22nd to issue this directive?
I'm going to tell the truth, and it will not resonate with everybody. The first thing we had to do was get a handle on what children were in hotels and why.
And pressing the secretary about why the policy does not currently prevent hospital and homeless shelter placements.
With all due respect, you didn't answer my question. Are hospitals part of that plan, long term?
Long term, yes.
Within a year?
Yes.
After the hearing, we only have a couple minutes. We pressed the secretary on some of his answers.
Do you believe at the end of the day that you really have been taking all the urgent steps necessary to save lives, given the fact that we did see a child die under your care?
Understood. At the end of the day, yes, we are taking every day seriously. We take seriously every single child's life who is in our care. And on all the issues brought up in the audit, we have been deliberate about working on every single one of them. Are we done? No.
He argues his department is trying to fix the root causes of the problems.
It sounded like you were saying that you weren't aware or weren't sure how the department really gathered some of the information or kept track of these kids' placements. How is that possible when you've been in place for 3 years, nearly?
Well, I think that you're conflating two different things. If I am asked about why certain things didn't exist in the department for years before I arrived, I can't speak to those things. So I was trying to speak on the record to what I knew about. And so when things come to my attention in the role as secretary or in our executive team, we take action. And sometimes it takes time to fix those issues.
So it took that long to fix this problem?
A DHS staffer did not allow the secretary to answer my follow-up question, so I tried again later.
Secretary Lopez, though.
But this time, an agency spokesperson took the question.
Why did it take until October 22nd for this directive to be issued?
As you discussed, this has been a priority since day one. We've had to collect the data first and then implement other changes to get to this directive. I think he answered that in the hearing.
So it took that long to collect the data?
Not alone.
Meanwhile, House Republicans are calling on Governor Wes Moore to fire Secretary Lopez.
Here's the thing. Somebody died. Somebody died under his watch.
But the governor appears steadfast in his support, even as he echoes the sentiment that his administration
People debating right now are challenges that took place before our administration came on board, but the commitment that I have is that we are going to fix them in our time, that we're not just going to kick the can down the road. And so I'm confident and thankful for the work that Secretary Lopez has already done and will continue to do to make sure that we are fixing the Department of Human Services and making sure it's serving the people of Maryland better.
Now, the secretary also addressed the issues that his department appears to have already violated some of those protocols. He says that he is investigating the possibility of a foster care child under the supervision of the state being placed in a local social services department office. He says he will get to the bottom of what happened there. We also learned that there is potentially another audit that will come out before the General Assembly begins sessions in January looking into DHS. So this issue in the conversation, far from over. Live in Annapolis, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.
I'm Kai Jackson. Thank you for watching. Here's another video to watch. Also, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel.